Okay, so I did this video, the 4-hour candlesticks, and we got a question here about what's your view on just using a line chart, 8 hours, 8-hour chart, plus a move to A, pull back to B, break of A, stop above B in direction of daily, the D1 direction versus candlestick. Okay, so I'm assuming that from this question that you're trading one position and you're going to put in X amount of risk every trade, and you've back tested this one technique, this one idea getting in. When I just don't think that's going to make it. I think you're wasting your time unless it's just a hobby, just for kicks. Just say, "Oh, look at this pattern I discovered. Look at." So at the end of the day, what you have is in candlesticks. What you can say about them is it's got 4 pieces of data. So you have open to close. The line chart is close to close, so you really have to, if it's a pattern you're looking for, to pull the trigger on this trade or to put your. But the trade you're describing, I almost think you're trolling me because it's like the dumbest thing you could possibly do. I mean, especially from a one ticket aspect of entry, that you're going to, on confirmation upon the break of that structure, you're going to get, 80% of the time they're going to trap you and rape you. So if you like bending over to get the soap in prison, then certainly that is going to be the ticket for you. That what you described is the most brutal thing. I would say, let's just assume you're trading the euro dollar. For the next hour, an Asian session. So Asia's been open. It's like 7:50 at night here, 7:44 actually, and we're about to update the 15-minute charts. So if you're going to trade a triangle, break out of a triangle, you have to build a position before you get in. You can't put a stop above the structure of this thing. I mean, 8-hour chart, they're gonna just blister you. It's a stupid trade because you should have a clusterfuck up on the fucking lonely wick, up on the peak, on the last known mountain, man. That's gonna be always resistance area. There's no fucking one number. That's why 618 is so hysterical, because you how about just 6? How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's really what you got to do. You got to canvass the area. You just can't, dude. I don't. You might be the best real estate agent in the world, but you're not going to sell mansions all day. It's not going to happen. The market's a fucking piece of shit mess. Sure, there's some clean moves, and that euro dollar trade was fantastic. If you could handle that fucking punishing sell-off for the retrace of 200 pips down, 200 pips up. Oh, 200 pips down, 180 pips up. Are you that guy? Okay, the 8-hour chart, and another thing, the 8-hour chart, you're better off on candlesticks on the 8-hour chart because at least you got open to close. At least you can make judgments about volatility. Also, the candlesticks have the wick. If you just use close only, you are saying, I'm a pure momentum trader. I don't give a fuck about the wicks stopping me out because I don't trade with a stop. So if you don't trade with a stop, the risk of ruin's 100%. I watched a guy who I followed when I first got into MetaTrader. This guy, he's still alive doing videos. So he built a robot that trades without a stop, and he goes from $5,000 to about $6 million. And he published it on FX Blue, and I watched the robot trade. Well, okay, I don't know what it determines to get the fuck out of that trade. There's a money management rule built in, so all he's doing is getting in and making 2 or 3 pips with no stop, and he's building the position up really big, so when he gets a streak, it's a lot of money. And I think his robot's set to say, well, once the account is down so much percentage, you got to peel this shit off. Okay, that is a real robot. That's what a robot does. If you're going to be a human and you're going to look at the fucking candle and go, we got a hammer, we got a doji, we got 3 dojis in a row. It's been 3 fucking days of dojis and hammers. In other words, small bodies for 3 days. We're going somewhere. Something's going to happen. Now, yeah, you could put a buy stop above, a sell stop below, But they're going to rape you. Every time you do this confirmation bullshit entry, that's the most dumb fucking thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. But this is the government telling you this shit. Don't forget, trading's risky. I just drove in my car. I'm like, dude, these people are fucking nuts out here. And what's with the semi-drivers? Dude, if you're going to pass the other semi-driver, fucking pass him. Don't fucking go a half a fucking mile an hour faster. I'm not out here sightseeing. I'm trying to get somewhere. Jesus fuck, if I wanted to be that fucking tortured, I'd trade forex in the Asian session expecting it to move 80 pips. So we know the market's boring as fuck during Asia. You know, it's a 24-hour market, so there's a lot of not shit happening. But the market's going to lunge into these zones, and we're going to get a little burst here and there. I say the best way to do it is put a ladder in, put a okay, so you're on the 20th floor. Put some mattresses on some of the floors, you know. Plan on going through the floor. Plan on building a position and just let it happen. It's a complete waste of time unless you can do it. You're just better off just putting orders in the market. There's nothing that's going to be so fantastic about your 30-second chart's a lot of fun, and if you can do it, yeah, you're going to make like $300, $400 or $3,000. You can stop trading for the day. Yeah, or maybe you're going to make 10 grand. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people have the time to. You have to work up to that. Whereas if you're just throwing a limit order in, and you say I'm risking $10, okay, I can. It's a lazy trade. It's easy. Yes, if you want to be the ultimate sniper and you've got somebody that's like, okay, yeah, I got my finger on the trigger. I mean, me and my buddy, like I say, me and my buddy, beer mug, buddy, my tequila-holic buddy, yes, we would do that. But that was for fun, you know. He would jump up and down and be all gonzo when he won a little bit of money. And I wasn't about to ruin it for him and say, you know, you're not supposed to get that excited because you want to kill yourself if you lose. But, I wasn't going to babysit him. He was an adult. He was an adult alcoholic. It's fine. As far as I'm concerned, it was completely acceptable behavior. And, but you know, this is the question, and you're asking a technical question, I suppose, in the sense of like, should I put the car, should I go through the gears, or should I just start off in third gear and like ease the clutch in and maybe burn up the clutch? Well, of course, I think that's what people are trying to do, is they're trying to say, well, I'm going to put on I'm going to go to fifth gear. I'm just going to drive. I heard the mileage is good and there's a lot of fucking speed there in fifth gear, but you cannot you got to go through first, second gear, or third gear. So in other words, you got to build the account on some scalps. At least learn how to scalp. Sure, you could crank that up. You could become a scalper. There's a fork in the road. Like some guy's going to say, oh, I got this. Yeah, I can handle it. But are you awake 24 hours? No. So you'd say, well, I'm going to sleep in Asia because the market. Yeah, but what if you can't because your wife's a complete pain in the ass and she's always asking you to do something? Honey, could you do this? Yeah, sure. After I get done fucking, I put a goddamn put a tablet in the car. I could do it. Right as I'm driving, get groceries, I'm putting a fucking trade on, dropping limits here. 80 miles an hour, dropping limits. Sure. Yeah, of course. Well, that's what I have. It's a tablet. So I'm not missing too many trades. I mean, I would say I want to be in the market, but I want to overload the wagon, and that's what stops are for. But I have like 25 pip stops and I have 75 pip stops. I'm out driving. Yes, I know it's slippery out, but I've got more than one car. I'm not driving my fucking high-end car. I'm not in a $5 million position with my finger on the trigger going, yeah, this will be like, yeah, you could do that. It's not me, but you're welcome to it. You're welcome to sit there and fucking be like, oh yeah, I just pulled the trigger. I'm down $380. Just hold on 40 seconds here. I'll make like $4 grand. Yeah, of course. NASDAQ, you can do that all day long. But that market's so fast and and wickedly volatile, so there's really no such thing in the sense of support and resistance. Yeah, you could say, well, every 10 seconds that's changing. And you can't predict it, and you could put all the fucking bullshit market profile in there. It's not going to tell you how many tickets to place in some area. And those areas are destroyed immediately upon some type of bullshit news that's just nothing more than all the goobers pulling the trigger at the same time. There's nothing special about these banks either. They're just complete idiots, man. So I mean, it's gotta be the dumbest. In the lag time, how long do you think it? I would love to see the newspapers when the euro was sitting there scraping the bottom. What were people saying then? And then you look at the weekly there. You're down 3 weeks. Gee, what could possibly go? I was going to keep going down week after week. I don't think so. And all these people, I saw some bullshit thing on my on my news feed that said, "Oh, this AI figured out the market." What a bunch of bullshit, dude! It figured out the market for 2 weeks. It's all cherry picked bullshit. There's no fucking way. I'm sorry. There's no fucking way. Now, I do make calls that are right, but you know what? I'm not going to trade that thing just for that one stupid. You think I was going to buy Bitcoin there at 17 and ride it to almost 30 grand? No, because then I'd have to dump and reload. You see the fucking price action? It comes back to 20. Oh, there's some bad news. Motherfucker's hitting 27. Crude oil fell in the hole, but guess what? Now it's in a bouncy zone. Is it a buy in the long run? Maybe. Gold's bullshit. I'd sell all the gold I have right now if I had any. This is all bullshit. These are all sideways markets, dude. The world's not coming to an end. I know, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I don't think I'd even fuck around with an 8-hour chart, but I guess you're a pretty laid back guy. I mean, sure, 8-hour chart's going to take you fucking 3 bars a day. You got to have you a zig and a zag on this pullback, move to A. Dude, I'd blow my brains out waiting for that setup. And it's just so ridiculous. You got to buy A and you got to sell B. You can't even fucking. You got an 8-hour chart. Holy fuck! Run a 1-hour chart on closing prices, and just be like, this is a triangle. I'm assuming we're going in the direction of the. Where's the path of least resistance? Where's the nearest vacuum we're going to get sucked into and sucked out of? Once this thing satisfied itself. Let's take a look at this line chart. So I still have my line chart here with my fantabulous 3-period moving average histogram. Put the histogram right on the price. This is taking up too much space down there at the bottom. This is the holy grail of all trend trades. You buy the pullback into the uptrend until until the market becomes so fucking outlandish. This is the 1-hour gold, by the way. This could be a monthly chart. It doesn't matter. So here's a clear indication. I mean, sure, you could do that dumb shit trade you're talking about. No offense, but you could do it. You could say, oh yeah, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to look at the line chart. I would have a clue of where the wicks are, though. It's a good idea to have an idea of the overall wick volatility or the bar volatility top to bottom because, they are kind of vicious markets. If you're in really big and if you don't want to get stopped out, you got to figure out, well, how much punishment can I take before this becomes a problem, right? Let me get my drawing tools out. Dual screen shit's a little overrated. Okay. Man, I'm gonna sue Logitech. In the morning, I don't forget to call my attorney. Fucking Logitech here, killing me with this fucking mouse. So, chasing it around the desk. All right. This is my trusty breakout indicator. We haven't broke this vacuum. So here's the vacuum. Here's the path of least resistance. This is the itching to be filled shit. Now, at some point in time earlier, now if we have a trailing buy limit bot, which is a valid thing to run if you think we're in an uptrend, so you would say, okay, the whole time it's this color, just run a trailing buy limit. You never get filled till about here, right? Now you're getting filled just because. You're closing below the floor. I would say this is a good time to buy. When you talk about your setup, you're talking about stuff like putting a buy stop here. No, I kind of want to buy this plunge. And of course, here you'd be chasing it, I guess, if you bought here. But what are you going to do? I'm not going to put a buy stop here. If this is your ABC shit, put a buy stop here. That's just fucking. That's moronic. Nobody does that trades and makes money. Because they would just be buying every fucking pullback every 8 hours or whatever your thing is. And when it broke this out, they'd probably be cashing out. I'd be cashing out of something. Because the whole time on this 1 hour chart, it'd be buy, sell, buy, sell. Like if I was a gold trader, it'd be like, or I'm sitting here just buying every pullback going, oh yeah, she's going to pop. Like, don't forget this is 5 p.m. Or maybe this, I don't know, gold. But this is the close. And you could put a buy stop here. Here's your ABC. You put a buy stop there. Okay, that's not bad, right? At least you got in before we took this. You're not putting in this shit this late, are you? Now, that's not to say that you can't put a fucking buy stop here because, oh, look, it pulled back. I got an A and a B, not an ABC, but I got an A and a B, and I'm going to get in, right? And great fucking trade. But if you don't get out of that fucking trade, it's coming all the way fucking back, Jack, so you're just not making any money. I think you gotta be a person for all seasons. You have to be able to do the limit order and the market order. The stop order is really the ultimate. I would never do it. It just I don't have time for that shit. What a buy stop here, dude. If I miss this thing, this is the 1 hour chart. I'm like, dude, this is fucked. You know what? It's fucked. I'm just gonna say, you know what? When I get a big up move, I'm gonna sell, and I'm gonna put a sell limit above close. Maybe I'm gonna take this whole area and go, you know what? This is done. I'm shorting that fucker. That is a bullish day from start to finish. Let's get the fuck out with scalp a little pullback. But the other option is to wait for here and just put sell limits above here and go, I'm selling the high the previous day. And that's how I sell it. I sell. Because I don't know where the fuck it's going to turn around. If I was going to buy, I'm going to buy all these new lows on this 1 hour. I got all these buy limits sitting here. These are all the stops from the goobers, right? They're getting filled on sell breakouts, and they're getting trapped. But I'm going to buy. And when it comes into Asia, I'm buying whatever the fuck this is. To close. I'm not putting a buy stop up here. No fucking way, dude. That is the dumbest fucking trade. Now you're going to tell me, well, I put a buy stop here, I put a buy stop here, I made money. I don't know what you're talking about. As soon as they filled me, I put a trailing stop. Great. Wonderful. You should have been long back here, or you just shouldn't be trading, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I just can't. I've seen it. I've been tuned. I can't. I can never do it like that. I'm probably not going to sell here. I'm not going to sell here, even though this is the trend system bullshit. I'm always going to buy right here. I'm going to put buy limits in here, and I'm going to go underwater. But I'm going to build a position from the crotch of this fucking low all the way down. That's just me. You don't have to be that guy. Because sometimes you don't even get filled. Like, you get trying to get filled here on limits? No. But I can't run three different. I'm just going to run limits and market orders. Market orders are fun. Like, I'd be buying here at the market, right? If I was thinking this is going to go up here and go after this vacuum, or am I selling every rally and I got sell limits trailing above? So if there is a rally, I'm selling up in here in limits, right? If I think this is going to happen, I'm going to build a position on the sell limit side here, but it's just going to be a pack of tickets, and some of these are just going to actually make some money just on a little bit of a, you know, you got to make that little bit of money here. Even this breakout, like if I'm buying that thinking, oh yeah, I'm chasing that thing, I'm cashing out into this, and I'm going to reload with limits. I probably won't get filled, so I'll be like, oh, I guess we're just along for the ride here, and I'm probably going to get annoyed maybe, and I want to run sell limits in front of it now. Like now I want to come in, and that's plenty because that's 4 different trade plans running. If I have sell limits in, buy limits in, and I'm pulling the trigger at the market going, oh yeah, so this is like a fucking, like this fell out of bed here, filled me on some limits, but let's get into the market a little bit. And when it takes off ripping, if I don't have sell limits on the other side, and because I'm running that many tickets and I've only got one instrument to trade, it's not that hard. If I was a gold trader, I would look at this and go, oh man, as soon as we take out this high, this is going to be crazy town. We haven't been up here in maybe years. I don't even know. Maybe these are new highs. I don't know what the fuck. This is 2,000 on gold, right? So everybody's all excited. But I never trade like that. I don't give a fuck the big picture on this thing. I just don't care. I can't. I used to think I could. I'll just build an algorithm and turn it on everything. I just can't. I can't get my brain around all that shit, dude. I just like dollar CAD here. So here's dollar CAD. I isolated. Here's the U.S. markets open, or this is the lead into the U.S. market opening. I put this time frame thing on here. If you're into that, at least you can tell when the drama's coming here, right? So we got the Fed rates coming and all that bullshit. It just wouldn't matter if I'm going to 4-hour trade this on the candlesticks, and I can do it. So my trade plan is pretty easy. Yours is pretty complicated because you've got all this ABC. I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm buying this whole fucking area. This is a 10 pip grid. Load me up. I scalp to the floor, and if I get some more pips than I do, I scalp to there. Or if I wait, again, I can cash out. Or I got sell limits up here on top tick Tommy, or bottom tick Bobby. So this is the huge supply zone sitting in the deepest of all. So I probably did buy this. I already see my trade. I'm buying below this. This is a Williams fractal or a lonely wick. So this is going to be the most outlier, extreme bottom. That was a great scalp. Like I said, if you can afford to buy this and do that trade, figure it out. This is 20 pips to make 40. The next golden opportunity is here, although it's a dead cat bouncer, but you got to be willing to buy every 10 pips religiously. And if it's down hard, 4 hours, my 4-hour bot is buying that, I guarantee you. And me too. 4-hour bot sells this at the market. It sells that at the market. These are easy, dumb shit market order trades. You should just sell it. Don't fucking wait for divergence on that. Just sell it. I would buy that so fucking... That's the dumbest shit buy. The robot could do that. If I'm sleeping and the thing's fucking hard down, almost 100 pips, I'm not going to count this. I'm just counting the time passage. So... in a sense, this is a line chart. Like this is, just if you do a line chart of open to close, it looks like this. It's pretty bizarre. It overlaps, right? So if you're running open prices, it's always going to be like this, and closing prices is going to be like this. So they're crossing each other here. I'm not going to put a buy stop here. I'm probably already long this thing from here, and I scalped out, and I'm still holding. And when it starts to come up there, it's time to think about getting out. And go rinse and repeat the whole stupid thing. Here's the ultimate trend trade. If you think this is in a downtrend, you put a sell limit here and you just capture this and you get fucking a little top tick Tommy off of that shelf, and that's the perfect fucking trade. At least with the candlesticks, you're focusing on these limit orders. Closing prices is going to be a market order situation. I'm not putting a stop above the structure of a line chart. You're just too late to the party. So I'm not trying to be mean, but you are just like the last guy to figure it out. So if you have buy limit on the 10s, you got a buy limit sitting here. I'm talking about this is a 4K, so you're long a 4K. But you can make this a million K if you want, or you can martingale in. So 1, 2, 3K. You're in an 8K by here. You scalp to here maybe. You take the 20 pips and run. You let the rest float. You dump everything here. You rinse and repeat. But obviously this is like gold is a big buy here, but then how much? And if I'm going to be conservative, I just put a buy limit grid in here. This, don't forget, if it takes out this thing, there's probably hell to pay on the downside here on the weekly gold chart. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I on? No, on CAD, whatever the fuck. Wouldn't matter, right? But yeah, CAD has had hell to pay, and what are they going to do with the interest rates? And That's another thing I would never do is say, well, it looks like the Fed's going to do this and that, so let's get on the other side. Can't you see what the banks are doing? No, I can't. I mean, I'd say anything can happen, and look at these prices right now. If you go to the CAD, I know a lot of people trade CAD, so here's weekly, right? What the fuck you say, dude? It's not even. It's ranging. It's ranging, right? So it's ranging on the weekly. Gee, really? Like I call this the trend. 80% bullshit. Here's a trend, but then this is all garbage. This is pretty brutal. I would say this is all garbage. Like there's no fucking way you can survive these wicks, and if you're trying to hold a position through this, and all this garbage is sideways. And maybe this is a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, but in the end, this is just all garbage. And big buyers down here. There was big sellers above this. Look how they came in. Pull that back. That's a tidy 200 pips. And the gold and the crude oil. Yeah, this has been a great trade, but I was screaming sell crude months ago. Now it's a buy. Right, here's the weekly. Here's a final meltdown on this bitch. So it fell in the hole. You got to be a buyer. But look how long that took. And I thought I was going to see that wonderful price go below $3 at the fucking pump, but it didn't quite happen. Maybe now. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. This is a huge, and it's not done. It could still drip down a little bit. And it's going to have a hell of a, if it gets above this, yeah, that, you know what, the recession's over and people are going to be partying. This, if we take out these guys' stops, take out this vacuum here all the way back up to, oh, everybody's the end of the world. That's $125 a barrel. Oof. Ouchie, wow. That's quite a sell-off, kids. So, yeah, that's like fucked, you got to be a buyer down here. Every week it's down. I bet there's a robot out there that went long this week, long this week, long this week. Of course, you got to take the money and run, take the money and run, take the money and run, because there's no fucking... Another example of 80% bullshit. Nice clean move, 80% bullshit. And look at this. Oh, the poor guy. Look at that. Opened right up there and then slammed down. This is tough. I bet the spreads were, I bet the margin requirement was pretty high at the exchange during this shit. And now it's all just quieted down. Nobody cares anymore. As we slowly drive off a cliff. But you're always driving. Dude, I'm too old apparently. I've seen a lot worse. Here's NASDAQ. Bullish as can be. Now the thing about NASDAQ is that it's going to have to go sideways for just tons of times. But look at all the money people are making in this crap. If it ever made it into this box, we just nicked that box. You can tread water here. Nobody's going to care. The range traders ain't going to care. Now if it ever does pop its head above here, it'll probably do this shit. One thing I can tell you for certain is most markets are not going in the trend. They're not trending. They're not. You may as well just range trade the rest of your life if you want to make money, because 80% of it's going to be bullshit. Look at this. Look at this Bitcoin screaming back to the floor. Oh my God, who's not getting out on this thing? So this was the big milestone. Everybody's just couldn't wait to get back to that fucking doji. So I'd say, yeah, let's simmer down on that one. Be getting out of some of my Bitcoins there. But it's plenty of good buying opportunity. If you know how to place buy limits, sure, put one here on the top. You think that's top, you come about and put one there. I'd say buy limits all the way back to here. Sell limits all the way here. I wouldn't even be in the fucking trade. I would put shallow. If I was a Bitcoin bull, this is a no-brainer trade, dude. Just put your fucking buy limits in here. We'll stand back. Let it happen. This was your ABC. What you're talking about is you get an A, B, C, you put your buy stop here. Yeah, you're a genius, right? But you missed the fucking ultimate. It's just buying because it's down. Down buy. It's down buy. It's down buy. And those people are going to bail when they get back to all the people that bought here thinking, oh, this is support. It can't go no lower than that. Don't forget that we actually overcame this floor here. So we're just going to tread water there. Bitcoin will have one fuck of a time getting above this. That is just so far away. What kind of patterns would we need to get to that gateway? Would just be incredible. You'd have to see this. It would have to be the scenario be like this. Sure, I can imagine it. Here, bing, bing, bing. Oh, we're gonna find some buyers. Dude, it's gonna be fucking years. This year's almost over. Think of it this way. Here comes summertime. Okay, and then maybe in 2 years you'd be up here. Think about it. You're fucked. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin's not going to happen for a while. What else? Some guy asked me about this New Zealand once. He goes, what that Australia, New Zealand? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck's going on there? So let's look at that from the candlestick standpoint. Look at the hammer on that fuck. Now that hammer is about the biggest hammer other than maybe this one. Here, look at this right at the end of the year. Woof. Cooking the books there at the end of the year, huh? I think, are these the same people that, are they trying to outcompete each other? Who can get the most vaxxed, wear a mask and get vaxxed? Or we come after your you put lamb's blood on your doorway there over in fucking New Zealand, Australia, because the pharaoh gonna come in the middle of the night there. Fuck, well, you didn't vaccinate. Oh, really? Okay, it's gonna be like that, huh? I like how it's going for $1 something. Yeah, that makes sense. Fuck, around $1.07. Sure, that's about the same price as the euro. I always thought when I started doing this thing that all the currencies were going to end up at the same price and the markets were going to disappear and it wouldn't be any fun after that. But not that yen. That yen is so whack. The price is so whack that some indicators can't even do the yen. That's the 4-hour guppy. Man, that thing rips. Look at this. Look at this assault on this price zone. It's a 1-hour chart, guppy. If you got the money to buy every 10 pips and martingale in on that, you are a fucking genius. You're that guy. That's how you trade the guppy. This pattern didn't make as much money putting sell limits up here. Yeah, this paid off. You have sell limits here for you could absorb 100 pips. You could make yourself a tidy 200 if you stay through the full auction into this box. What's the next trade? It's pretty stupid easy. You put sell limits up here in a box. You got buy limits down here in a box. You slap back. You walk away. You come over and you grab your scripts and you drop them and you go, I just don't know if this trade's going to work out. Well, that's the beauty. See, I'll go for the double click here. Yeah, that's 10 pips deep. Double click. Let's put an 18 pips deep. This is what I run on my tablet. I got some deeper ones than that I wrote, but let's do the drops. Here we'll do single buy drops. You have to put some monster stops on this. Here, I'll put some 30 pip stops down here. These 8-hour tickets. So just populate the box like down here like this. And like maybe 12-hour expirations on these. I mean, yeah, that's how I do it. Don't repeat the entry price. That's not good. Because then you don't have no diversification. You don't need some aliens in there, a couple faggots, a couple of oversexed lesbians down at the bottom here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I think that's a ticket like that, And this is always good. This is the gold, and this is the secret, is to have orders in this box up here. So maybe you put 1 week expirations on these guys, and you put sell limits up there, and you're done. Actually, those are buy stops, but It's a demo account with no money in it, so I really don't care. These are the limits. There's sell limits. Or you can double click and put an array in there, but just put the tickets in. Nothing else is going to matter. Here, put a buy limit in like this. This is the euro dollar. So I'll be buying that. Here's a weekly ticket. Here, just set it and forget it for a fucking week. W1. Look at this, 12 hours. Like I don't know this thing. I wrote some crazy shit in here. This is one you could give to your wife. She could handle this one. 22, honey, $2.20 to make $3, and it's better than a fucking lottery ticket. Look at the 12-hour expiration on that. What is the possibility of the market's going to come down and fill me on that? Look at this sell-off. This is kind of rugged. Look at this sell and drift back. This is what I was talking about. Look at this euro dollar sell-off. How about that? How about them apples? Man, what a rape scene. Yeah, let's just put orders down here like this. I'd say 12 hours way down here. 12 hours way down. Build a little iceberg down there. This is, honey, this is 20. This is better than lottery tickets, babe. Yeah. Okay. Just fill it up, man. I need to get some double clicks in there, but that's it. Look at the original drops. These are the drops. The first, they don't have them anymore, you know. They got rid of them. Here's a day. 1 day. 24-hour drops. That's how old this fucking this file is. These are the old ones. So yeah, you just stack them up, rack them, and just let it happen, dude. Nothing you do is going to change. Anything's going to happen right here. It's you're either going to be right or you're going to be so wrong. The trick is you just got to populate it with a bunch of tickets, because nothing else going to matter for nothing. For a hill of beans, it just don't matter. You just got to do it. So that's how it is. I don't know. There's no money in the account, so but that's what it looks like for my account. Okay, so oil is a big buy today for at least the dead cat bounce of it all. The dollar CAD is kind of coming off the floor there, but you can see the trades here. You have to have a lot of money to sell above this as the daily chart. If you sell above this, you got to be able to handle a lot of pips, but you make them all back and then some, because you make it back out of that box, and that's the trick. See, you come into the box and you make it out of the box. It's box trading. Okay. And yeah, we're just waiting for the little sell-off here. Catch a little break here. There was that sell-off this morning. You top ticked Tommy today. Another classic. You could have sold this on the euro. I held through this thing. Actually, I just bought more on the pullback, so I put orders in here. Bought the plunge, and then we ripped the face off the high of the day and drifted up. I cashed out. Now I'm going to buy the plunge again. And it's over and over. I'm going to sell if it goes any higher. We're selling if it goes higher. We're buying if it goes low. It's buy low, sell high. That's the system. It's that simple, man. You just have to place the tickets. That's all. That's the bitch of it. You got to put the orders in.